Good morning, panel of judges. I am Louis Lau Si Hui. I'm 12 and I'm from Sjkc Tawau. Today, I'm going to share with you one of my favorite books out there and I really recommend, which is entitled The Hour of Magic. The Hour of Magic is written by Italian children's book author Elisabetta Dami. Elisabetta Dami was born in Milan, Italy. She likes writing adventure stories that featured a mouse called Geronimo Stilton as the protagonist. In this book, Geronimo Stilton was amazed to find himself called back to the kingdom of fantasy. Blossom, the queen of fairies, needed his help. Time itself was under threat. Something mysterious has made the magical hands of the tick-tock timepiece spin faster and faster. This has caused Blossom, the queen of fairies, to age at an alarming rate. And if so, she perishes, so would the entire kingdom of fantasy. The story is fast-paced and action-packed. Geronimo in his usual scary mouse self, which provides most of the humor. I like the way the text, the color, the font, the style, and the size are all written, which makes it much more interesting for young readers to enjoy. Speaking of illustrations, they are fabulous. They are fun to look at. Color is used to depict whether the scene is a good and happy scene or a scary and nasty scene. The book also includes bright and happy scenes with dark and gloomy ones. In the world of fantasy, negative characters also exist, like ogres and witches. They are represented as evil and unkind creatures, not to be imitated because they are losers. Good always triumphs over evil, even if it's not immediately verifiable. Geronimo teaches that confronting your fears is the most simple and most effective way of overcoming them. The best experience requires more effort, but makes you grow, stimulating you to develop new capabilities. Real courage is not being without fear, but confronting it while being aware of your limits and overcoming them. This is an amazingly written storybook that brings together great character and great story. You get to be brought beyond the typical fantasy that you meet in normal Geronimo Stilton stories. This book includes humor, adventure, and a ton of fantasy too. If you like Geronimo Stilton stories, you will love this book too. The next book that I like to present is Alien Escape. This is Geronimo Stilton's spaceship series. In this book, Geronimo Stilton's spaceship is in the verge of exploding. In order to stop this from happening, he must track down a rare element. When a group of aliens claimed they could help, Geronimo was relieved, but the aliens are not as friendly as they seem. I like reading about this book because I like learning about outer space and everything. The adventure was a bit scary, but I love how Trap thought of the idea to capture the alien. The next book that I like to present is Your Mind Captain. In this book, Geronimo Stilton and his friends find themselves stranded in the planet Flurken. The queen of planet Flurken plans to marry Geronimo and to keep him in the planet forever. At first glance, I was offended by the romantically aggressive queen. This book makes kids excited, and Your Mind Captain will keep them entertained. The next book that I like to present is Ice Planet Adventure. In this book, Geronimo Stilton must save a scientist and some researchers from the planet Photosynton, who find themselves lost in the planet Polarix, or rather captured by Pluffs. Geronimo must captain his spaceship throughout space in order to save Dr. Bonsai and his associates. Just like the other Geronimo Stilton stories, they deal with aliens and space creatures. The book also includes lots of twists and turns. I recommend this to grade 3 to grade 6. It will be a great addition to the elementary library. The last book that I like to present is an illustrated storybook called Give Me a Hug. This is based on the true story of Nick Vujicic. The book includes 8 chapters, And in each chapter, Nick recounts a memorable episode of his life, and by the end of it, reflects a moral value and summarizes it in a one-page lesson learned. Empathy, perseverance, acceptance, friendship, gratitude, and appreciation are the values talked about in this book. But above all, the book revolves around two major key points: love and hope. When I first laid my hands on this book, I knew I wanted to be taught by Nick's life lessons. I love how he views life and stresses the importance of love. Nick could be angry about not having arms or legs, but he chooses to be happy with his little chicken drumstick instead. We all face difficulties in life, but if we do things in a different way, take things in a different view, and never give up, everything is possible. These 5 books are really amazing, and I really recommend these books. Thank you for listening.